I'm at MBK. We're celebrating the reopening of Thailand. It's the dawn of a new era. And I got a message from an Australian friend of mine the other day. He wrote, "Pat, I noticed Thailand reopened recently. Have you seen anything different?" And I thought, well, give me a chance, mate. And at the bottom he wrote, "By the way, what about MBK?" And I thought that's a great excuse to have a look around MBK, but it's also a great excuse to have a look around Bangkok. So welcome to 10 things we have seen in Bangkok since Thailand reopened. One of the saddest sights to see around here is the closure of the Tokyo department store. It was a great place to wander through as you made your way towards MBK, and I kid you not, this is a sign that I saw in there about 10 years ago. It said 2 for the price of 3. Bless them. Well, you know me, I'm always recommending a trip along the canal in one of their lovely noisy boats, but the problem is now they've suspended them on the weekends to stop the spread of COVID-19. So just like the river, you can't get a boat along the canal on the weekend. Well, the light's fading. I found myself wandering aimlessly down Petchaburi Road. Everyone does at some point, I'm pretty sure. But I'm at the area where the old First Hotel used to be. It's a place I've always had a connection with distantly or remotely in the past, because I always knew someone who was staying there or someone who knew someone who was staying there. Maybe you have had an experience at the First Hotel. So let's get a little mini TripAdvisor going in the comments. Let us know what it was like, your experiences at the First Hotel. If you were a bit of a tech head in the old days, then Pratunam was on your bucket list. It was where you came for pirated CDs and VCDs or programs. And as technology moved forward, Pratunam sort of went downhill. It's been rebranded now, but it's completely empty. So I think if you're possibly hoping to come here in the next couple of months, I would say cross it off your bucket list. All right, here I am backtracking. A few minutes ago I said don't come to Pratunam, cross it off your list. I really meant if you're coming for pirated CDs and DVDs and programs, because they don't sell them anymore. If you're coming for clothes and you want bargains, Platinum Mall is still pretty empty, so get here before the crowds come back to get some real bargains. And it's still noisy around here. Well, as you can see, it looks like it's open, but it's not. Remember earlier on I said the canal boats are not running on the weekends because of COVID-19. What we have here is a classic case of the lights are on, but there's no one home. I'll look around for a couple of cats in the meantime, and then we'll head over to Central World. Well, if you remember this cat from the cat video I did, I got him some food. Come on, up here. Well, let's be honest, it's open, but we're supposed to pretend it's not properly open. I'm pretty sure a lot of the bars have come up with food menus to get them around the red tape, but you can hardly blame them. They've been flip-flopped around by the government, who now say 15th of January. Healthy looking queue for the Iconsiam shuttle boat. Didn't notice many wealthy looking tourists queuing up though. Maybe they're all going across in their $1 million yachts, because after all it is one of the major tourist attractions in Thailand, isn't it? That's what they have you believe. That's why they keep knocking up all these shopping malls all over the place, because lots of rich tourists want to come and spend all their money there. Anyway, I was thinking, should I go across and take a few shots of tourists doing their shopping at the Iconsiam, but then I thought, I can't be bothered, plus I can't stand the place, to be honest with you. There are tourists around then, quite a few actually, but not huge numbers. I was hoping to get a riverboat from here to Khao San Road, but they stopped running them on Saturdays and Sundays because of COVID-19, and I thought, what happened to all this stuff about living with the virus? Weird. Right, I've just bumped into Pete from Thairish Times. You all know Pete. I'd say most of my subs know you, Pete. How's things?
Good, yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Question for you. Name 3 things that you have seen since November the 1st here in Bangkok that were different before November the 1st.
3 things. Okay, well, put me on the spot here. Well, the biggest one is I've seen, so right now we're in Benji Kiddie Park, which is in Sukhumvit. I live in Sukhumvit, so I'm seeing more tourists around. Not many, but I'm seeing them around. I don't know how you can tell a tourist is a tourist, but I can just tell. It's like a sixth sense. You live here long enough.
Yeah, you
can kind of tell.
It's I saw fisherman's pants the other day. That's a giveaway, isn't it?
Fisherman's pants?
I don't know any expats who own a pair of fisherman's pants.
What are fisherman's pants?
They're those like really thin material things. They're baggy.
The elephant pants?
Yeah, elephant pattern pants.
You call them fisherman pants? Okay.
They're also called fisherman's pants.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
The fishermen wear them, do they?
Actually, Chai wears fisherman's
20?
pants.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, Chai, I've seen you.
You just gave me a shout out now.
Yeah, that was the idea, I suppose, wasn't it?
Yeah, you're a generous man.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the second one? I mean, so it's only, what are we, end of November now, coming into the last 2 weeks of November? Well, I'm getting emails from people that saying the Thailand Pass is easy. There was a lot of complaints about it in the first week. It's getting easier. The process, they seem to have realigned the process or figured out the bugs in the system or whatever it is in the app.
Maybe they got the cat mafia onto it.
Yeah.
Never know, do you?
What else? What else have I noticed?
One more thing.
I suppose the vibe of Bangkok has kind of changed, but that didn't really happen in the last 2 weeks. It's in the last month. People are not scared of the big C word anymore.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have people jumping away or moving away. There was a time when people would move away from you on the train or the BTS. Yeah, everybody was scared of everybody.
Yeah.
That's gone now. People are out. I mean, you can go and get a beer now in Bangkok. You can go and have a pint of beer. Once you're in the bar and you're having a pint, it just feels the same. Someone
sent me a message the other day. Oh, I'm thinking of coming in January. Is it true there's no booze being sold?
Khao San Road, if you saw the news, Khao San Road was teeming with people last weekend.
All right, Pete, it's been emotional, mate.
Yeah.
See you soon.
Yeah.
Check out Pete's channel, of course, Thairish Times. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you do. And I'm off to Khao San Road. I'm in Khao San Road, and unless you've been on Mars for the last few weeks, then you may know that this place is up and running and rocking on Friday and Saturday nights. Bit of hoo-ha in the media about the lack of precautions being taken around here and the fact you need a vaccine certificate to get in. So that makes it yesterday's news pretty much. Anyway, I'll show you a few clips from Global Travel Mates Night here a couple of weeks ago, and we're off to the Grand Palace. I thought I'd feed this squirrel, see if he would take some of this cat food. He did. I'm just across from the Grand Palace. This is Tanon Lak Muang, and this is the place where the last remaining tram lines are still embedded in the road here. The trams in Bangkok ran from 1887 until 1968, and as you can see, this is a piece of history pretty well looked after as well, as you can see. I am opposite the Ministry of Defence and next to the Grand Palace. Can't see many people around, never mind tourists. We'll have a walk down there and see what's happening. So 4 foreign tourists so far today, being hassled by tuk-tuk drivers, no doubt. And this is the location where I got accosted by a guy who told me the Grand Palace was closed a few years ago. And I'm thinking it's only a matter of time before those guys come back and start trying to scam tourists. So keep an eye out for that if you're thinking of coming in the next few months. They took a break from construction on these subways, and the rumour is they're also going to build a big coach parking area here, and these were originally for the Chinese tour groups to park their buses here, go into the subways, get around all the temples as quick as possible, and then get back on the bus and move off to the next place. Not sure if that's true, because if you're a tourist coming to have a look around here, surely you want to stroll around and take in your surroundings, and that is not possible in one of these subways. So we'll see what happens, because the Chinese tour groups aren't coming back for a while, as far as I know. Call me naive or ignorant, or both, but from what I can see, there seems to be a lot of cars parked around here belonging to tourists, but I can't see any tourists. So I'm thinking maybe they're in Wat Po, all of them, trapped, someone's forgotten a key, or even worse, they're being held to ransom. Should I call the cops? You've guessed it, I'm in Victory Monument, and this is an area that doesn't generally get that many tourists, not sure why. Maybe it's all the complainers on TripAdvisor saying there's too much traffic and noise, or maybe everyone's satisfied already with the spectacular view you get from the train window. Anyway, there is a few things you can do around here. You can easily kill a couple of hours. There's markets, there's street food, there's plenty of shops, there's boat noodles on the canal, as well as the monument itself, and a couple of nice parks. And if you're feeling under the weather, there's a load of hospitals as well. But there's one other place which is legendary on the Bangkok jazz music scene, and I'm going to take you there now, and that is why I'm wearing this flashy jacket. When I did a video for the Victory Monument area a few months ago, I accidentally left out the saxophone pub. Not deliberately, but it was just that the pictures and video were in a separate file, and when I was editing I was doing it in a hurry and I just never went to that file. Anyway, enough excuses. There were quite a few comments telling me I'd missed out a saxophone pub. Anyway, recently there's been a few comments asking me to go and check and see if it's open yet, and if not, when. And I bought my jacket just in case it was open. Anyway, I got a funny feeling December the 1st it may reopen, because when I was here a couple of weeks ago it was actually pretty dusty and dirty, and it looks like it's been cleaned up. So jazz music returning to the saxophone pub, hopefully, fingers crossed, next month. So if you're in the Victory Monument area, you want great Indian food, come here to the Stay Cafe. It's my favourite place in the whole of Thailand. The owners are lovely, the food's lovely, the prices are great. I'll leave a Facebook link in the description to their page and their menu. People do have mixed feelings about Patpong. Some people don't count it as a bona fide nightlife area anymore. It's more well known for scams and sex shows, but it is still essentially a nightlife area. There's still a lot of bars around here, and I'm not sure if being propositioned by a guy asking me if I want a lady counts as being open, but that just happened to me back there. I did see a couple of what looked like tourists walking down this street. They got about halfway and then turned around back again, so they probably were disappointed. Well, I've come all this way and he's not even open. I say he, it, the museum's not open. Restaurant and bar is open, by the way, but at those prices I may need to be doing YouTube a little bit longer than I planned to. to pay for that. Interestingly enough, I met two guys in the canal community there whose nicknames are Jim, named after this house, believe it or not. And by the way, it reopens on the 28th. Well, hopefully that will give you an idea of how Bangkok is looking since the reopening 3 weeks ago. I think that's 10 things. If not, well, it's a good few anyway, isn't it? If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, comment, and until the next one, I'll see you soon.
I never thought that I could be true. I never thought that I would be true. But since I met you, I'm thinking that maybe I'd be true to you.